Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the Mars and Sagittarius transit in 2014. Now Mars will make the transition from Scorpio into Sagittarius on September 13th, 2014 and will stay there till October 26th of 2014. Now we'll look at this, and it goes from intense, willful Scorpio into more expansive and jocular Sagittarius. And when we look at this, this is something where obviously you expect a lot of expansive optimism from people. I think people will be more compelled on average during this period to go outside, to be more adventurous about exploration. Even the more introverted types, the ones that don't really even like to go out much. I'm kind of an introverted person, but I would expect I'll be a little bit more extroverted and gregarious and want to kind of go outside even more than usual probably during this transit. Expect more people to be more inclined toward abstract thinking. You might see a little more people on average be more interested in pursuing college courses and wanting to enhance their knowledge in some way, shape, or form perhaps by whether it's going to college or doing something, an online course or study, even by perusing sites on the internet to assimilate more knowledge, and just more interested in becoming more learned during this period, I think, than as opposed to the average. Now, with Sagittarius, it's connected with being outdoors. There'll be a lot more, I think, energy put into people maybe doing things of maybe an athletic nature, doing things, some kind of sports outside. This could be anything from golfing or playing softball, playing football, just something where this person gets more, these people in this period would be more inclined to go outside and expend more energy in the outdoors as opposed to indoors. This could be a period where this person will be expanding their horizons. I mean, these people expanding their horizons collectively on an average in this period, and doing perhaps you might see more people on average joining a congregation or church, or emphasizing religious activities a little bit more. And it could even be somebody that that maybe had backslid or hadn't gone to church in a while, and all of a sudden they kind of get their that urge to kind of go back and get themselves back into their congregation. Or it could be somebody that just has decided to, somebody that might have not been very religious might become, there might be some people that will become more religious as opposed to on average during this period. So look at this, you're going to see a lot of more expansive, exuberant, enthusiastic energy. People will be, I would say, be more inclined to travel a little bit more during this period. There might be more compelled to take long journeys, to do some kind of long distance traveling. The danger here is that we're dealing with Mars, and the one thing about this is that people to be a little bit more careful during this period, because Mars and Sag might be a little bit reckless and accident prone, and it might be something where people need to be a little bit careful when they're driving on the road, when they're taking their trips during this period, because this could be a period where there might be a little more propensity for people to drive a little more recklessly and very quickly, very impulsively, without necessarily maybe seeing who might be cutting right in front of them practically when they're shifting from one lane to another. So they need to be a little bit more prudent and careful. So that is one thing to look at. People will be more, like I stated, about abstract thinking, more about interested in concepts. People are going to be on average a little more inclined toward deep thought during this period. You might see people, even if they don't actively participate in sports, even on a recreational level, might become more interested and enamored with sports, say on TV, and become at least more of an avid sports fan at the very least during this period. So those are some things we could look at with the Mars making that transition from Scorpio to Sagittarius on September 13th, and it will stay there, as I stated before, till October 26th of 2014. So we're going to see a lot more effervescent, jubilant energy, and a little bit, people might be a little bit quicker to be a little bit more blunt and outspoken, as Sag is a sign that obviously doesn't mince words, but at the same time might forget essentially what was said after they had initially stated it. And a lot of it is just about people being more truthful and veracious as opposed to in the past on average, and it could come across sometimes with some people in a very blunt and outspoken manner, though, unfortunately. And expect people to be a little bit more visionary too during this period, I would say, as well. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Mars in Sagittarius Transit 2014 Part 1, and stay tuned next time where I'll be dissertating and talking about the Mars in Sagittarius Transit for 2014 Part 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel, and secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.